gonna find out who the best man is. I respect you for what you've done in the game, but you ain't never went up against me or my staff. So you remember something. We've been here before. You trying to get there.
But beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent.
During the press conference, Terence Crawford's trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, delivered a bold message to Canelo, asserting that differences in size and weight won't matter come fight night. He pointed out that Crawford has regularly faced larger opponents throughout his career and consistently found ways to dominate. With firm conviction, Bomac stated that Canelo is in deep trouble, stressing that Crawford's superior skill set and mental focus will be the deciding factors when the two fighters meet in the ring.
Matchup with Canelo.
Bud beat his ass.
How though? How does that look?
Outbox his ass. Just outboxing this shit.
What about the weight though?
It don't matter. Bud been fighting big people all his fucking life.
Yeah.
What about the head movement, Bomac?
What?
Canelo's feigned head movement.
That's what I'm there for. That's what Saul there for.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Red there for. You know what I'm saying? It's called coaches.
Yeah.
So we can get past that shit.
Bomac consistently speaks with conviction when discussing Terence Crawford's chances in the upcoming showdown. He views it as more than just a high-profile fight. It's a moment to confirm Crawford as the top pound-for-pound boxer in the world. Bomac highlights Crawford's relentless training and preparation, leaving no room for excuses. In his eyes, true champions are forged in the gym, and Crawford's unwavering discipline is proof of why he stands at the summit of the sport. His comments reflect both strong belief and a sense that this fight is not only about winning, but about making history on a global stage.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford. How excited are you? Obviously, you've seen this journey with Terence, you've seen the doubters over the years, and he's now on the biggest stage again with people questioning him. And you obviously have full confidence that he's going to come out and get victory on September 13th.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely confident that he's going to get the victory. Second of all, I'm just happy for him and the team. So, the world can see once again why he considered the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
There was many a time where he was maybe struggling to get certain fights, and then he had to almost kick that door down. Is it nice to see him sort of getting the fruits of his labour now and getting that generational wealth off the back of what is, obviously it's a hard career boxing, you don't get given anything.
Definitely that. Definitely good to see him get, like you say, fruits of his wealth. Get me fights that, again, will show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. Show the world why he's the best fighter in the world. I'm just happy for him, man.
Reports that Canelo Alvarez struggled with Jaron "Boots" Ennis during sparring have sparked intense discussions in boxing circles. Ennis is often likened to Terence Crawford for his quick footwork, sharp counters, and elusive defense. If Canelo had trouble with a fighter resembling Crawford's style in a controlled sparring setting, it raises the question of how he'll handle the real thing under fight conditions. While sparring isn't identical to an official bout, patterns can still be telling. For many observers, this rumor suggests that Canelo could face deeper challenges than anticipated. Supporters of Crawford see this as further proof of his ability to expose Canelo's weaknesses when it truly counts.
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron "Boots" Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terence Crawford camp to give Terence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terence Crawford is not fighting Jaron "Boots" Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron "Boots" Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terence Crawford's camp that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terence Crawford do anything. Okay. Now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But you know, it's when you saw Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
Responding to the sparring rumors, Bomac was quick to shut down any direct comparisons between Ennis and Crawford. He acknowledged that Ennis is skilled, but insisted that Crawford operates on a completely different level. According to Bomac, no training partner can truly mimic Crawford's unique combination of experience, versatility, and mental acuity. That's why he believes people drawing parallels are missing the bigger picture. The upcoming fight will highlight Crawford's distinctive qualities, not just speed and agility, but also his intelligence in high-pressure moments. Bomac's dismissal of the comparisons underscores his unshakable belief in Crawford's one-of-a-kind approach and ability to transcend stylistic similarities.
I know you saw him sparring with Boots. Give me your initial response.
That don't mean shit, man. That don't mean shit. That don't mean nothing, man. Boots ain't no Crawford.
That's right.
Yo, hey, like I said, that don't mean, all that shit don't mean nothing. That shit ain't gonna help him. He should have just got the last cab driver he just fought. Cause that shit ain't gonna, that don't mean nothing, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. You ain't no Bud Crawford. They don't have that mentality. Having that mentality and going upside your head at the same motherfucking time, shit, man. I don't give a fuck about all that shit, dog.
Boxing analyst Aid Oladipo voiced concern over Crawford's plan to add significant weight ahead of the bout. He noted that boxing isn't purely about physical size, but rather maintaining a balance between technique and power. Gaining too much weight too fast could potentially affect a fighter's speed or disrupt his natural rhythm. Oladipo's fear is that Crawford, known for his fluidity and quickness, might dull his key strengths by altering his frame to match Canelo's size. While many applaud Crawford's decision to move up in weight, Oladipo cautions against the risk of losing what makes him exceptional. His analysis reminds fans that even with the best preparation, strategic missteps can present unexpected complications.
Was too wiry. Crawford was the guy at 135 pounds that looked really skinny. Even at 140, go and watch his fights against, who's the one that made, I'm trying to think of his name now, the fight at 140, Julius Ndongo.
Oh, yeah.
And when he's just skinny, he's like wiry, he's very much Tommy Hearns. Now...
Oh, have you seen him?
Dude,
he's
now
massive.
He's jacked.
Man, he looks like huge. He's got to be north of 170.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. Which there's a part of me that's like, dude, you don't need to be that big. Like, I don't think this is a strength for strength thing. I think this is a skill and speed thing. I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to sit on your punches to hurt Canelo, nobody hurts Canelo.
He's been hit by Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Bivol.
Yeah.
Crawford ain't hurting him.
Golovkin.
And Golovkin. Crawford ain't hurting him.
But Crawford knocks everyone out.
At 147 pounds. That when he at 154, did he knock out Ismail Madrimov?
No, he didn't put a dent in him, really.
Didn't put not even a little dent in him. Canelo Alvarez is not Ismail Madrimov.
Yeah, but okay, who is Canelo Alvarez now?
That's a good question.
Yeah, like who are we watching now? Because when I go back and watch the guy that fought Skull, everyone likes to dig out Skull. Sorry, one second. Canelo's got to do more. Canelo's output was the worst output I've ever seen of a unified champion.
Yeah,
I'm not joking, the worst.
That fight.
Yeah.
He literally did. But my kind of thinking is all right, well, who is Canelo now? Well, in the nicest way, although he's been fighting good fighters, when's the last time he had a super fight?
Who?
Canelo. And that's when we see the real Canelo, when he has a super fight.
Okay, Bivol.
Yes, correct. And he lost. But Bivol was significantly better at 175 pounds.
Okay.
Much bigger.
Yeah.
Crawford, similar in terms of, they're both skillful.
Trainer Breadman Edwards provided a more measured perspective on the matter. He noted that Crawford is well aware Jaron Ennis sparred with Canelo and understands the kind of power Ennis possesses. But rather than letting this influence his focus, Crawford uses that awareness as fuel for preparation. Edwards emphasized that Crawford's self-belief remains steady, unaffected by external variables like sparring partners. To Crawford, the real test is inside the ring, where adaptability and sharp thinking matter most. Knowing that Ennis was part of Canelo's training camp could actually sharpen Crawford's approach, forcing his team to prepare for that style. Edwards ultimately expressed confidence in Crawford's mindset, noting that he thrives under pressure and isn't thrown off by his opponent's choices during camp.
That's why I said I'm not changing my percentage. It can make Canelo go up. It can make him lose his confidence or take a piece from him. And it can make Crawford say, okay. Let me tell you something about Crawford, man. I watch Crawford. I will watch how he evolved throughout the years. I've been watching him. Me, Red, and Bomac been cool since way before Crawford hit the mainstream. Way before he hit the mainstream. And I watched him. Crawford is a pretty intelligent guy. He might not try to talk, and say different things that jump off the page at you, but he's not a stupid guy, man. He's intelligent. He know Boots is the real deal. No matter what all of the public say and everybody talking, he knows it. He knows Boots is the real deal. Crawford's little brother is Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson and Boots is super cool, and Shakur Stevenson was in the amateurs with Boots. Don't you think Shakur told Bud, yo, bro, I love you. You my big bro, but that kid nice, bro. You gonna have to be on your game to fuck with him. You don't think Shakur told Crawford that, and you don't think he respected his opinion? You don't think that Red and Bomac got eyes and they know Boots is special? You don't believe that? I don't care about all this talk on the internet because they may fight. So you can't be too complimentary of a guy that you may fight. But you don't think they know that? So by him bringing Boots in, that's probably going to take Bud to another level mentally. And that's where I think that Bud win this fight. I think he got a mental edge.
One of the most talked about points among fans and pundits is whether Canelo's size will simply be too much for Crawford to manage. Canelo's backers point to his proven strength in higher divisions and question whether Crawford, who started at lightweight, can handle the impact of a naturally bigger man. The debate comes down to strength versus skill. Critics of Crawford believe size is a wall that even elite technique can't break through. They argue that, eventually, physics plays its role, and that Canelo's powerful shots could be too much for Crawford to absorb. This sentiment is echoed by many in the boxing world who believe that, no matter how gifted Crawford is, facing a fighter of Canelo's size could be an insurmountable challenge.
Canelo versus Crawford. Who you got?
I got Canelo winning. I think Canelo's gonna knock him out. But
I think Canelo's gonna hurt him.
I think he's just too powerful, man, too strong. I hope Terence Crawford does well and stuff, man, because I love the way he fights, and he's a hell of a fighter, and I respect him as well too. So I hope he puts up a good fight and everything. But at the end of the day, man, Canelo, if he catches you, dude, it's gonna knock you out.
Look, at the end of the day, I always say this. He took Golovkin's biggest hit, and he took Bivol' biggest hit. I don't think Crawford can knock him out.
I think Terence Crawford can knock Canelo out if he catches him, because with Gennady Golovkin hit harder, but he was a lot slower. Yeah. So when Canelo seen the punches coming, he's able to embrace. I think if Terence Crawford catches Canelo with a shot that he doesn't see coming, boom, then he could hurt him.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Another key point in the discussion is Canelo's wealth of experience at the highest level. Many analysts point out that he's faced nearly every fighting style there is: slick movers, pressure fighters, counterpunchers, and done so in countless big-time events. That experience brings a calmness that few fighters possess. In the eyes of his supporters, Canelo's long history of world-class competition gives him a major edge. Handling pressure, adjusting to opponents, and staying composed in tough spots are all traits that come with time in the spotlight. This background, combined with his natural strength, makes Canelo a formidable opponent, even for someone as skilled as Crawford. For many, it's not just about size or skill, but about the composure that years at the top bring.
There's things about being in camp with Canelo. It's just different. He's got speed, he's got velocity, he's got precision, he's got positioning, he's got power, and he's got just an incredible amount of experience. I think there's 10 fights that haven't been added to his record. Mm-hmm. So, and Bud, when Bud was fighting at 130 or 35, Canelo already was at 54. So, there's definitely weight classes for a reason.
Some within the boxing scene find themselves torn over this matchup. On one hand, there's respect for Crawford's ambition to take such a bold leap. On the other, there's worry that this might not be the ideal opponent to elevate his legacy. The concern lies not in Crawford's talent, but in the physical mismatch that could overshadow his technique. Some argue he could have cemented his greatness through different paths, ones that didn't require stepping up to face a man of Canelo's stature. Still, despite those doubts, there's widespread acknowledgement that this fight places Crawford in the global spotlight like never before, and with it comes career-defining exposure and financial gain.
High guard?
High guards,
Okay.
man.
Another good segue. Let's talk about the real deal, though. Ryan, you know, questionable fighter. Some people always question certain things. That boy Canelo, that boy Crawford. Nobody questioning those two. How you feel about that fight coming up?
I'm questioning it. I'm not a fan of it.
Oh, what?
A big man, little man. I wish Crawford had some other opportunities to really solidify his greatness in a different way. Canelo, he's got Bivol, he's got Benavidez, he's got all these other legitimate 168, 175 pound guys that he can fight, for my opinion, to really help his namesake. And you're gonna go fight a little smaller guy. And that's nothing against Bud. Bud is as a talent as they come.
Really?
But you're talking about a guy that's probably walks around at 180, 190 pounds. Bud is not a huge, massive guy.
Right.
I don't know if y'all can tell us what the hydration clause is. I'm not sure if you got that worked out. Probably not, because Canelo is obviously the A side. But I just think there's better fights for both of them to be had. I'm glad that Bud is going to get this payday. Very important. I hope he doesn't ride him to the sunset after this one. But I'm really disappointed in Canelo because I felt like Canelo has a lot of other opportunities he could to really solidify himself as being a pound for pound great, and I think this is going to kind of win or lose is going to tarnish his reputation.
Really? Now, what if he takes this fight and then he rides off into the sunset with Benavidez, something like that? Same thing.
I mean, he's got to fight Benavidez. He's got to fight. He's got to fight Bivol again. He's got to fight these up and coming 168, 165 to 175 pound guys.
Bomac sees the fight as far more than just a collision of power and size. He views it as a cerebral chess match. His strategic take focuses on what he calls the nuances of boxing. Proper timing can dull power, and quickness can neutralize bulk. Bomac believes Crawford's strength lies in his ability to adapt constantly, becoming an unpredictable puzzle inside the ring. His trademark saying, "Skills pay the bills," isn't just a catchphrase. It's a core belief that guides Crawford's entire career. It drives home the point that, while Canelo has physical gifts and big stage experience, Crawford's technical excellence and ability to adjust give him every opportunity to defy the odds.
We know where we need to be by the time we step in the ring. We got the doctors and the scientists and the nutritionists and everybody that's in camp that's going to do their part to get where we need to get.
How much more power does he have?
He got some thudding power up there, and we're just going to sustain it for 36 minutes.
Why do you believe you've got what it takes to come up 2 divisions?
Like I told the other guy, skills pays bills. You got to have skills, man, to be going up there to fight somebody like that, like a Canelo. And not only is his offense, he's got to have defense too. You know what I'm saying? So, styles makes fights. Bud got the better skills, and he got the better mind too.
Do you think with the styles in mind, but also the weight in mind, he can get that job done based on he's just so much more excelling in the skills?
You know what? He gonna get the job done. I promise you that. He'll get the job done. Because Bud boxing IQ is off the charts. You know what I'm saying? Next to Canelo, I'm not taking nothing away from you, but Bud just a little bit better.
I can tell you fully believe in your fighter and he believes in himself too. There was a slight back and forth at the press conference there. That was just a battle of belief. Who believes they're better? Obviously Terence believes he's better. Did you look into that, what happened at the press conference there as the first
That's
war
just
of words?
That's just press conference, man. The reason why I believe into my fighter is because from day one, the first day he walked in the gym to where we at now, we haven't lost yet. Okay. He got a loss. He got 2 losses.
How does that affect him coming into this fight?
One thing about this, I always remember this. He got 2 losses, right? We got no losses. So we know what to do to take to get that win, right?
That wraps it up for today's video. Be sure to stay connected for more updates.